With a shocking update on the contract status of Kevin Owens and Jeff Hardy making an announcement following his WWE release, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report for December 15th. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at WrestlingHubOfficial and also follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. After being the first Chinese talent to join WWE, Xia Li has finally made her debut on the main roster as a part of SmackDown, where she looks to be in a feud with Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville. On his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T talked about her future, saying she's got talent. She definitely can perform and she's different. I think, man, if given a chance and put in the right position, she can definitely get over. Let's just put it that way, and that right there, that's the question for a lot of guys. A lot of times you wonder, and I'm using examples now because one of my favorite guys before he ever came to WWE was Ricochet, Prince Puma. I was like, good God, this guy's amazing. And then he gets to WWE and it seemed like it's taken a while to figure it out, but now you see Ricochet on the rise. You see him getting the shine, and me personally, I just hope it don't take that long to see if this thing works out with Xia Li. One of the best moments for R-Truth was when he came out as 24/7 champion to confront the then WWE champion Brock Lesnar. Speaking on out of character, Truth revealed Brock was supposed to announce he would be entering the Royal Rumble, while Truth would go out there and make Lesnar crack up. The thing about that was they didn't want Brock to know what I was going to say. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like personally Brock should know what I'm going to say, and they're like, no, Truth. We've got a bet going. We want to see if you can make him laugh. If you can pop Brock. I said I can make him laugh, but I want him to laugh in a happy way, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to turn into Brock out there. I agreed to it. When I got out there, I saw Brock starting to hold his laugh in. I knew he was going to laugh when I hit the Paul Heyman line, because he thought that I was talking about him. When I hit it and he laughed, I did all I could not to laugh, because laughing is affectionate, and you'll start somebody else to start laughing. When Brock laughed, I tried my best to hold it in as much as I could. That was one of my best moments right there. When we got to the back, Brock hugged me, man, and he was like, you're funny. It was a good moment, a good TV segment. After having a great showing against the women's champion Britt Baker, AEW star Tay Conti talked with Elite POV about the influence of Japanese wrestling on her career. She mentioned she would love to go to Japan. I remember Kenny Omega, funny because now I work with him, was one of my favorites to watch. If you watch my matches back on NXT, I do the V trigger because I was such a fan. I was talking with Raul Mendoza. He's one of my best friends, and we had this whole Latin group, and they were like, these type of matches are more your style. So they sent it to me. A couple names that I never heard before, because I never watched wrestling before, and that's how I started watching it. I was like, let's see what I like here. Because I was trying to find my style back on NXT. I cannot do flips, that's not me. I started watching Japanese matches, maybe because I do judo too. I made the whole connection and I fell in love and love Japanese style. It's my favorite style ever. I really want to go to Japan, of course. I hope next year I can do it. It's one of my biggest goals for sure. I want to go there and learn and get hit in the face and hit people in the face. I know I will grow so much and get better for sure. I'm super excited to go there and work and do my best. I know it's going to be hard because even in judo with Japanese, the training was insane. We would go to Germany or Portugal and the big training sections with every country, the Japanese was insane. I can't wait to go there and train wrestling. I know it's going to be so much fun. It's my favorite type of wrestling. In AEW, they have people there and I'm like, is it a dream? On his 83 Weeks podcast, Eric Bischoff talked about the recent release of Johnny Gargano from WWE, as he mentioned there not being a justification for AEW bringing in new names on big money deals. For his sake, I hope that happens. You want people in this industry to stay employed and prosper and to be successful at whatever levels they're able to achieve. But what are you going to do with all of that talent? Let's build the biggest roster in the history of wrestling? Is that the goal? Is that the end game? To be able to brag about how deep your talent roster is? is? If it is, I guess AEW is on its way to achieving that goal. But what do you do with that talent? You look at the shows, and let's be honest about it. I'm not being critical. I like AEW and I want AEW to prosper. But let's be honest about where AEW is. They drew 872,000 viewers this past Wednesday night. That's what they were doing a year ago. I've done shows with AEW that have done more than they did last Wednesday, and the talent roster is stacked with great talent, phenomenal talent. But where's the audience for it? It's not working. 872,000 viewers on their A show? That's not exciting. The numbers are the numbers, and this is a number AEW was doing a year ago, 2 years ago. It's weird. And now you're going to stack even more talent on top of it? What are you going to do with them? While AEW President Tony Khan has stated that he can't sign everyone released by WWE, there are definitely going to be stars that continue to be picked up. On his podcast, Ric Flair was asked for his thoughts on the in-ring work of Bryan Danielson, as the Nature Boy went into detail on this. I didn't say he wasn't a good worker. When Hunter put him over at WrestleMania 30, that made him. He's a very talented kid, don't misunderstand me, but you have to have one match, one place, one day, somewhere that makes you who you are. Hunter, who only wrestles once in a while, came out and the match started off slow, but they ended up having a world-class match. He's a hell of a performer. I don't see him as being Kenny Omega. As a babyface, he's not Ricky Steamboat. As a heel, he's not me. If that pisses people off, they have to live with history. They tore the joint down. That is the night that made Bryan. I like him a lot personally. He's got a style. He's not AJ Styles by any means. He's a little bit smaller than AJ. He's not AJ Styles. I like his conditioning. He works hard. He'll do anything and sacrifice his body at all odds. He'll throw himself around and take incredible bumps. He's a hell of a hand. You're asking me who is good and who is great. He's very good. As a babyface, it's more believable. He can sell his butt off, so when he's making a comeback, it's more fun to watch him make a comeback against bigger guys. It's harder for me to believe he's going to hold someone down. As a babyface who is just average size but loaded with talent, I much prefer to see him fighting from underneath. Now, Danielson is set to face off against the AEW World Champion Hangman Page for tonight's Dynamite Winter is Coming special. With MJF previously stating he'll go to whatever company offers him the most money when his AEW contract is up in 2024, it seems there might already be interest coming from WWE. F4W Online would report that not only WWE, but their TV partners in Fox and USA want MJF. An individual at one of those networks, who has been a very reliable source, told me, I actually stopped what I was doing and listened to him. I don't think I've done that with pro wrestling in a long time. He has everything we would want. It really depends on if he could be that same person on WWE TV. We want new stars to be the focus within the next few years. That's the plan. Given his high-profile feud with CM Punk, it seems WWE has taken a look at MJF and could try their hardest when the time comes to sign him. Following his in-ring debut for AEW Rampage, the son of Taz, Hook has been receiving a ton of praise from fans. Many see him as a future star and champion, as his shirt on AEW's online store is now the best-selling item, even beating out CM Punk's shirt. EC3 made it known at Ring of Honor Final Battle that he was forming a stable that intends to disrupt the gatekeepers of the wrestling industry. With him already having Braun Strowman as a part of this group, it seems another former WWE star has joined. Former NXT champion Karrion Kross has put out a post and graphic indicating he has joined the group, with him noting, "It is through this awakening I have seen the gatekeepers of this industry are nothing when they face of men of action. There is no defense for those with free will, those who hear the cheers of their ancestors, those who feel the beat of their wild hearts. Control your narrative." With EC3 already having promoted 2 events under this name, it remains to be seen what is next for this group. After his shocking release from WWE, Jeff Hardy was on his brother Matt's stream recently, where he noted that he will be going on tour to perform some original music over the next few days. Here's the clip.
What's up, everyone out there watching this Twitch stream? I hope you're enjoying it, and I want to say thank you for being part of this Mac Pack. I'm going to start doing these and putting them on my Twitch stream. And I think you would dig a Twitch stream nowadays.
Possibly.
Maybe something with your art,
very artistic,
something with your
yeah.
paintings, whatever. It is very artsy. Sure. But I just want to take a moment and let you tell everybody you have some big concerts coming up, right?
Yeah, actually on Thursday, December the 16th, Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the Miramar Theater. Then Friday, December the 17th at Rosemount, Illinois at Bub City. And then Saturday, December the 18th in Rockford, Illinois at Dusty Boots Saloon and Eatery. And then finishing up Sunday, December the 19th at Des Moines, Iowa at XBK Live. So I'm super excited to sing some original music and meet some unique people.
Got it now. Milwaukee, Chicago, Rockford, and Des Moines. You guys check out Jeff Hardy performing live coming up in just a few days.
While many were expecting Kevin Owens to let his WWE contract expire and possibly join AEW, he has now apparently signed a multi-year deal with the company. As it was reported, Fightful learned several weeks ago that WWE was very interested in retaining Kevin Owens, and made him what sources in the company was an excellent offer to stay. WWE sources that we spoke to said they were over the moon about retaining Owens. Apparently, an insider at AEW reported that they did not think they would match the offer made by WWE. While there may have been interest from AEW, WWE offered him the better deal. It'll be interesting to see where Owens goes from here, seeing as though he won't be leaving the company at the end of next month. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.